This is the Gaming Buzz Podcast, where ranting about video games somehow equals content.
Hello and welcome to episode 34 of Gaming Buzz. My name's Jacob, and as usual, I'm joined by Jason. Hey, Jason.
Hello.
What's up? How's it going?
Good.
And Christian is not here today because it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Christian. You can hear this when you watch this episode later. Happy birthday. Right, guys?
Yeah.
And since Christian's not here today, we have Darien with us. Feels good to have you back here.
Yeah, it feels great to be back on this show, but it's only going to be a short thing for me, I guess.
You know, unless you take care of Christian.
Make it Christian's birthday every day.
What?
Hit him with a hammer.
Oh, geez.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's kind of scary. Well, we actually have a cool guest today, not Darien.
Come on, Jacob.
Jason, would you present our neato guest today?
This is Dante.
Hello, Dante.
I got to admit, he's a cool guest.
Cute, cuddly hedgehog.
Cute, cuddly hedgehog. That is your pet hedgehog, no?
It is.
Yeah. And why'd you bring him in today?
They wanted to see a hedgehog in person. They haven't seen one, so
He's adorable.
he is.
And,
And he's
now-
cuddly. I've fallen asleep with him on my shoulder.
and now that we have him in the episode, we're going to get a bazillion views, right?
Now, hopefully.
Oh, hopefully.
He's super chill, too.
Yeah. And does he like video games?
His cage is out where I play most of my games, so he watches me play them every day.
All right. There we go. Video game fan hedgehog. There we go.
Is his favorite game Sonic?
Nope. He's named after Dante from Dante's Inferno.
Actually, Sonic the Hedgehog is cultural appropriation for hedgehogs.
They are not blue.
And they don't run all over the green hills because they have very bad depth perception.
Believe it or not, this episode is not actually about hedgehogs.
Right?
Um,
How to take care of hedgehogs 101 with Jason.
I could do that.
so, if you want to see that as a very weird extra video, why not? Let us know. But our actual topic for today, Christmas is around the corner, right? It's October. Dating this episode, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But,
Kind of makes
Ooh.
sense since we're talking about our wish list and we might get these games in the future.
yeah, that's the idea. So this episode, we're talking about all the games and consoles and game-related stuff that we want to see for Christmas or other non-Christmas secular holiday.
So if you hear our lists, please send us our stuff.
Yeah, and I'll be sending this video out to everyone I know, so they can watch it and be like, "This is the stuff you should buy me."
No, yeah, go nuts. Be a Negri fan. Send us stuff.
Yeah, send us stuff. Send us just a whole box of stuff as long as there's no anthrax.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very true.
We don't feel like
actually-
dying.
Actually, Dante has an allergy to anthrax, so please don't. That's our reason, right?
Yep.
All right.
Keep the hedgehog healthy.
Yes. So let's actually get into it. First, we're going to cover the video game consoles that we want. And seeing as I'm the most important of us,
Wish.
I'm going to go first. I really want a Sega Saturn. I don't own one. I used to own one at one point, but mine unfortunately broke, and I ended up selling it to someone who then repaired it. So I don't own one right now, and I want one. It's kind of a scary system to get into, just how expensive things are on it, but it's worth
Panzer
it.
Dragoon.
Panzer Dragoon. That's
Magic
right.
Knight Rearth.
Yep. Bomberman.
Only reasons to own the system.
No, there are a lot of great reasons to own it. Segata Sasuro has his own video game, dude. That's worth it.
The mascot, if you don't
You
know.
guys want a Saturn?
I do.
You
It's
stole mine?
It's actually the only Sega system I want.
Why not Dreamcast?
As Dreamcast is just a nightmare. I don't want a system that's going to sound like a jet engine every time it's trying to load a game.
I just want it for Crazy Taxi.
I like the Dreamcast. I do own one, so I'm a bit biased on that. As for other consoles I'm looking at, not a console I don't own yet, but I want a whole bunch of like limited edition colors for consoles I already do own. Like I want a Spice Orange GameCube. I've mentioned that tons of times, and that's like one of my holy grails. Is I want to just find a Spice Orange one for cheap and not have to buy it online. I could easily buy one, but I want to find one or get it as a gift or something, so it feels more special than I just bought it online.
Right.
So I guess that's it for me for consoles. How about you guys? Jason, you want a Vita, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You're the only one who doesn't own a Vita. What's wrong with you?
If I'm sinking the money into a system right now, it's going to be either the Saturn or the Neo Geo.
The Neo Geo, the home console, not the arcade
Right.
cabinet. Man, actually, that's something I'm going to throw on my list. I want an arcade cabinet. I don't even really care what it is. I just want one. Probably go with a MAME.
Ooh, I really want a Crazy Taxi machine.
Oh, those are fun. Like the actual full ones, not.
Yes, the full one, not the stand-up one. That one's stupid.
All right. So what else is on your guys' list then?
Well, I haven't said anything really I wanted.
Besides yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of want all of the special edition Monster Hunter PSPs that they produced.
There are multiple?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I'm not that big of a Monster Hunter fan.
There's a few of them.
Anything else, Darien? This is your chance.
I could really do for it doesn't really have to be a console in my case. I just want some of those component cables or composite cables. I always forget the one with the 5 or 4 whatever.
Component.
Yeah, the component cables for GameCube.
So you want a $200
Cord.
piece of Nintendo stuff that you could just probably buy a third party and get the same image from.
I could just play it on the Wii with the cords that are compatible, but I want the GameCube version because I want to run it in progressive scan on the right hardware, in my opinion. Just for
All right,
sake.
no one buy him that, please. Please. Jason, do you have any other hardware you want?
The Persona 3DS XL.
It is pretty cool looking. Actually, there have been a lot of really good like limited edition 3DSs lately.
The Persona one's best.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter, cough.
I think that's it for consoles. I mean, consoles are great, but we all own a ton of them already, so we're kind of choosy with what we add to our collection console-wise.
Yeah, why do we need more consoles when we already have almost all of the ones that we can collect for affordably?
Well, just think if you don't collect them, some point they're going to disappear.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Then we have to kill somebody for them.
All right, so let's move on to the real meat and potatoes of this, the games. So each one of us, I think, should go through our lists, and we can just make comments on each one. So, Darien, go through your entire list.
Mine is a really short list. So I'm going to start off with saying this game's not out yet in the West, but Valkyrie Drive on the PlayStation Vita.
Valkyrie Drive, that's like Senran Kagura, right?
Yeah, but
That's why you want it.
yeah.
Okay.
I really want. This is kind of a big, broad one, but I kind of want every PS4 game that was also released on Vita so I can buy both copies and have them all. Just like do that, because I typically do that. And it's really weird.
That is a pretty broad category, though.
Yeah, I want to definitely collect those because that does impress me quite a bit, having both games mirror each other on 2 different platforms that are drastically more powerful and less powerful than each other. I want all of the Hyperdimension games, like every single one ever released, Hyperdimension, Mega Dimension.
There are a lot of them.
Oh, yeah, but I want them all. PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Vita, every single copy.
All right.
And that's kind of it.
That's
Other than like all of the Need for Speeds, because I don't own them all yet. Every single Burnout on every
The racing
console.
game.
Yeah.
You just want racing games for Christmas.
Yeah, get me the ones that are really obscure. That's the ones that are on my wish list.
All right, so that's your entire list?
Things like Roll Cage and F-Zero X.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Duly noted.
So I'm going to pass it on to Jason.
Jason actually has a physical list.
Yes,
So.
with more to be added. I need to finish off my Armored Core collection with Armored Core 5 and the soon-to-be-released 6, probably in the next year or two.
Isn't 5 terrible? You've talked about it before.
Yeah, 5 and Verdict Day are just, to me, they were just the worst of that series. Like, it capped out at 4 Answer right now, so hopefully they go back to that. I would love to finish off my Shin Megami series. Up until the past year or two, I had every American one stateside, including all the spin-offs, Nocturne, Demi-Kids, things like that.
Yeah.
I would love to get, actually, these are my two most sought-after ones, XCOM UFO Defense and Diablo on PlayStation 1.
Ooh, some classic PC games on console, huh?
Yep. I would like to get Donkey Kong Kingdom for the Wii.
I really don't know what that is.
They've had it across like handhelds, other systems, mainly Nintendo, of course.
Uh-huh.
I want to get a hold of a game called The Incident, which is a homebrew game for the Nintendo that's all about problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
You're a robot pushing blocks into wind zones.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Legends of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel, I think it's called,
Yes.
for the PS3.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I've heard it's really good.
Apparently there's 2 parts to that series.
I think it's more than that. I think it's up to 3 now. Maybe I'm wrong.
The PS4 is where that list really broadens because a lot of them either aren't in the States yet or they're on their way.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to get Knights of Azure, Exist Archive, Rainbow Moon is one of the ones that you can buy from Limited Run Press. Aegis Earth, Steins Gate Zero is coming out. Valkyrie Drive, I really want as well.
Obscure game.
Yeah, Tales of Bestiaria, Akiba's Beat, Galgun Double Piece. Game looks terrible, but I just want it for how retarded the concept is.
Same here. It seems like both of our lists overlap.
Where else could you shoot people with a pheromone gun?
Yeah. Sounds great. It really does.
They're all hot and bothered.
Yep.
All right, what would you say is your number 1 most wanted game? And the same should go for you, Darien. I forgot to ask you.
UFO Defense on PlayStation 1.
Okay, Darien?
Valkyrie Drive.
All right. Now it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
All right, so going off with some older stuff first. I have my weird thing for Super Famicom games. So no matter what the game is, I want it on Super Famicom. So that's already like a bajillion games that I've thrown on my wish list.
Terranigma.
Sure. Anything. Heck, I'd take copies of like all the jockey games that they made on the Super Famicom, or slots games, or Mahjong. I'd take anything. I just love Super Famicom. Other stuff I want. After playing them with Christian on our YouTube channel, I actually really want to try and get copies of the Crash Bandicoot games, at least the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm. Those are the best.
I had never played them before. We played them on the channel together, and I actually had a lot of fun with them. So now I actually want to buy them. And also on the PS1, I really, really want to get a copy of the original Monster Rancher, because Monster Rancher is really unique, and I almost have the full set, so why not complete it? And then one series I have almost every game in is Metal Gear. It's my favorite game series, and I've talked about this before, but I need a copy of Metal Gear Solid on the Game Boy Color. Unfortunately, it's crazy expensive for what it is. Outside of the US, it's known as Metal Gear Ghost Babel, which I might just end up importing the European copy because it is cheaper, but I don't know. I want to wait out for the cool one. And if I do get it, I want it complete in box, you know, because that's a game that's worth having complete in box.
All games are worth having complete in box.
Even like, I don't know, Madden 93 on Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
It just looks better in box, you know?
I guess you've got a point there. I don't really have anything from the current generation that I want besides Digimon Cyber Sleuth. And I was really excited because it was a Vita-only game originally in Japan, and they announced it's coming to the West. And I'm like, oh, yes, I really want this game. And then they're like, and it's only going to be available physically on PS4.
Guess what? I can buy it and play it, and you can't.
Well, I can buy it and play it on Vita, but it's a downloadable only title on Vita.
I can have it physically.
Yeah, I could buy it too physically. I just can't play it right now because I don't own a PS4, and I'm not that interested in getting one just for that game.
Come on, Jacob, get salty.
I don't really care. That's the thing. I just want a physical copy of it. I'd love to have a physical copy of it on Vita, but it's just not happening. And most Vita games I want because Vita's really cool. I think you guys would agree Vita's a really cool system.
It's
It is an RPG machine.
It absolutely is, and Jason and I are both well known for liking the RPGs.
Can I mention that it's quarter HD?
It is. Which does remind me, there is one upcoming game that I will throw on my list, Persona 5. That might be the game that will sell me on getting a PS4.
It looks so good.
It does. Jason, thoughts on Persona 5?
I got to get it for the series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's worth it. I think I'll like it. So that's what might sell me on getting my PS4. And always, Final Fantasy 15 is still up there on my list for like hype games.
Not Last Guardian.
No. I'm not honestly that interested. I mean, it looks interesting, and I love Shadow of the Colossus, but I'm going to wait till some reviews come around.
I watched a video of the first 30 minutes, and the people are saying that it's way too cumbersome in its controls. Like, you have to press a button to basically do anything.
You have to do that in all games.
But, like, I mean,
you have to press a button to do anything in any
fall off
game.
a ledge, press a button. You want to climb, like, a certain way, or you want to drop off. It's, like, it's more complex than it needs to be.
Have you played any game ever?
I play racing games.
Pong is very complicated.
Yeah,
One
I know.
analog stick is forward and one analog stick is this side. Oh wait, that's old gen. I mean, one trigger is this one, and
I really enjoy a lot of games, so it's kind of hard to narrow down the list, But I'm going to throw one more on my list because I like throwing in one crazy game, one that you don't expect to ever get.
Team Buddies?
No, I'm going to say Gotcha Force. On the GameCube, $150 to $200 game. That's going to be top of my list. I want to copy Gotcha Force.
what about Cubivore?
Cubivore too, but Gotcha Force a little more for me.
Oh, why not Pokemon Box?
Because that's stupid.
or the Metroid Master Quest combination.
Jirachi disc.
The Master Quest combination.
Or the Wind Waker Metroid Prime.
Well, no, it's just Metroid and the Ocarina Master Quest. Like those two on a single, in a single combination is the most expensive cube game you can get right now.
Reason I really want Gotcha Force in particular, it's not the most expensive. It's certainly up there, is because I actually owned it as a kid, and then my parents sold it, so that hurt, especially when I started working and I had my own job and I had my own money when I was like 16, and I'm like, oh yes, I'm gonna go buy some of those games that I don't have anymore. And I went, ooh, eBay, Gotcha for
Gotcha for
yeah. So that's on the top of my list. Do each of you want to throw on a crazy expensive item?
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Crazy. Other than the obvious Panzer Dragoon and Earthbound, Evo for the Super Nintendo, or as far as PlayStation 1, I found out other than LSD Dream Emulator, which is a Japanese import, Tron Bon and Team Buddies are basically tied for the most expensive there.
The nice thing with Tron Bon is you can get it digitally.
Right.
So
physical's better.
Yeah. Really, Darien? None?
I can't really think of any off the top of my head.
One expensive item you want? One expensive game?
I really honestly can't think of it other than just a bunch of box Super Nintendo stuff like Star Fox, and
I know where you can get a box copy of Star Fox right now.
Wow,
so do I.
Wow, it's almost like you work in a game store, Jason. You know where all these things are located.
Yeah, I know, I do.
Yeah, it's weird.
Funny thing is I actually pictured it in my mind, like in that case, because it's like I've been honed in on it for a while, but
money, right?
Money.
Yeah, games are cool, but now I want to talk about gaming merchandise, things that aren't directly video games, but video game related, that we want to add to our collections. Okay, because this is always where the really interesting stuff comes in. So I'll start to kind of give an idea. One, I'm always looking for more video game figures, especially like more old stuff, classic stuff. If I can find like a 1990 Street Fighter 2 figure, I want it. Even though I'm not that big into Street Fighter, it's a vintage video game toy. I need it. I forget what company made it, but in '99, and 2000, there was a line of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time figures, which I want to complete the set. I currently only own the Ganondorf figure from, and they're really expensive. So I want all of those. And this is kind of a weird one, but I want video game watches. Does that sound weird?
Not
Yeah.
really.
Well, yeah.
Especially in the the mid to late 90s, Nintendo released a whole bunch of official like watches based off of their properties. They're all LCD watches that are really, really collectible and really, really expensive. And I want them. They look really cool. And like, how cool would it be to be walking down the street and people are like, what is that watch? You're like, Star Fox, man.
When Star Fox was actually good.
Yo, Super Mario Bros. 3, what up? That would be really cool. So those are the things I can think of just off the top of my head that are video game related, but not directly video games that I want. And I hope to get maybe for Christmas, you know? Who wants to take it from there?
I'm a sucker for statues and art books.
I know you are. And like big limited edition box things.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sad that I missed out on the Last of Us collector's edition because that statue alone is like $250 still for some reason.
For some reason. Exactly.
There's a statue that Irrational just put out of a Big Daddy and two little sisters.
Ooh,
That looks amazing.
that sounds great.
They've also put out really cool statues of Elizabeth and Booker and things like that. Yeah, I really like my statues. I have most of the art books that I need. Now I'm just searching for what I can get.
Uh-huh. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, those are the things I'm a sucker for, really.
Just the big fancy statues or just like any?
First four figures, like the big the statues I'm talking about are all like $200 plus, which sucks because there's some other smaller ones that I love, but
It's expensive, but sometimes it's really worth it because they look cool.
First Four Figures does an excellent job with that, and it's torture every time I go to their website.
Oh, you're like, ooh, that one. Oh.
Yeah, every time.
Then you
Please.
stare at your wallet with like $4 and some change in it, and you just cry.
You just open your wallet and you just see some hot gas come out of there.
Yeah, I was one payment of getting the Zelda statue from First Four, but I had to cancel my pre-order because I needed the money.
Oh,
And then watching Jessica Negri do one of her mailbags, somebody had literally sent her that statue. Like, that's a $350 statue, and somebody literally just sent it to you.
wow.
Yeah.
Going off of that kind of depressing note, maybe you'll get one for Christmas and not from me. I'm broke. Darien, what about you? What are some video game related things you want?
Super typical of me. But I want every single piece of Senran Kagura merchandise ever released. So I'm talking about statues, wall scrolls, waterproof posters. Don't ask me why. Well, we know why.
Yeah.
Art books, soundtracks. I pretty much own all the North American ones, but I want the Japanese ones. I kind of want just any kind of video game statues I can get my hands on, especially of like F-Zero, because there was some of the cars released. Those are some of the big ones I really want. There's countless like comic books that I want from different video game franchises. I just don't even ask me. I want like video game T-shirts. I don't even know. Like, stop.
I have one thing to add to my list that I just remembered. From 1996 to 1998, Nintendo, through Nintendo Power, released a series of like promotional advertisement VHS tapes. They released, I believe it's 4 of them. And I already have 2 of them. So now I got to complete the set. And if you guys don't know about them, the most famous one is the one for Star Fox, where a Nintendo employee is like kidnapped by an employee from Sony and one from Sega. And it's like the cheesiest, the most campy 90s thing ever. I love that kind of stuff. And they're just enjoyable to be like, oh, Nintendo, you're embarrassing me. Please stop.
Nintendo, why?
So, yeah, they're really, really cool. And I got to say, I kind of want to just complete the set. I love, like, outdated media and stuff like that, you know. And I have, and I'm not joking about this, a actual VHS collection. So adding that to them would be like, yeah. And I do have one more, so why not go through it? Lately, I've been collecting video game board games.
Ooh, those are always
Makes
fun.
sense.
I don't know like what's drawing me to them specifically, but I really like board games and I really like video games, so it's combining the things I like.
I know where you can get Mega Man and Assassin's Creed.
Yes. But the real holy grail in that category for me, I believe it was 88 or 89, a Legend of Zelda board game was released, and a Super Mario Bros. Board game was released. And I've never seen either of them, but if I ever do, pretty much no matter the price, they're mine. So, anything else you guys want to add?
Not really from me.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got basically everything from me.
you're basically exhausting my wallet before I even get money to.
Christian wants Tron Bond. I know that, so.
I think he wants anything Mega Man he doesn't have.
Yep, pretty much. That's Christian.
Anything. I think he'd probably enjoy some Resident Evil stuff too. And I know he has like every game.
Some Street Fighter stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Monster Hunter stuff.
Monster Hunter stuff. Yeah.
We kind of know him.
We know Christian quite well. So I think that wraps up this episode, huh, guys?
Yeah.
For those of you enjoying this wonderful episode, you guys should tell us what video games and video game related stuffs you want to get for insert holiday. Right? You guys agree?
Yeah. I mean, if you got the cash, extra cash.
No, Darien, don't solicit people on the internet for free stuff.
Please send Jason a PlayStation Vita.
Well, you guys can let us know what stuff you're interested in getting. You can do so if you're watching this on YouTube in the comments below. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter. You can join the Gaming Buzz community on Facebook. That's where we have some really good discussions on all that kind of stuff. And that'll be a lot of fun, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So thanks for watching this episode. You agree?
Well, I was talking. I wasn't watching.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
See you later.
Say goodbye to Dante.
Bye.
Bye.
Did you like that? Of course you did. You can get more at gamingbuzz.com. Let us know what else you want by connecting with us on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube.